Just filed, AMC will take deposition of plaintiffs Allegheny Co. on the following dates: March 31st, April 3rd, and April 4th. Now, in case you guys don't know, in the legal context, a deposition is a pre-trial legal procedure where a party or a witness provides oral testimony under oath in response to questions from the opposing counsel. The purpose of a deposition is to gather evidence and obtain information relevant to a case. The deposition of plaintiffs refers to the process of taking the sworn testimony of the plaintiffs, aka the individuals or entities bringing the legal action in a civil lawsuit. The plaintiffs are typically questioned about their claims, allegations, and facts related to the case. Moving on, an article just came out today about Citigroup labeling AMC a sell with a price target of $1.60. That's interesting considering they own over 1 million shares of AMC at a much higher average. What do you guys think about this in the comments? Plus, Zura completed a name and QSIP number change. The stock hit a new all-time high with a 314% run today. Now, a lot of people are talking about this, and from my understanding, if anybody can debunk it, but from what I've learned before when researching about the whole QSIP number change, so on and so forth, is that AMC is not having a name change along with a QSIP change, but only a QSIP change. As for Ape, that may be a different story, but I don't want to get people's hopes up saying that AMC is going to have a name and QSIP change and cause synthetics to forcefully cover. There is a slight possibility for something to happen, and that may be a reason this lawsuit came about, but still, I believe you need a QSIP number change and name change at the same time for anything to possibly happen. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, we're just going to jump right into the video. Please stay till the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. Just hit the like button for me. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. All right, so taking a look at AMC, and before we even touch on the chart, I'm on TradingView, and if you scroll down, it's going to show a market cap of $428.182 billion on AMC. Now, if you go over to Ape on TradingView as well, $409.32 billion market cap on Ape. So a combined total of almost $500 billion for both of these plays. It's also getting screwed up on MarketWatch and other sites like that. Are we close to something big to happen? Well, let's take a look at the chart. So AMC is trading at $4.54. We came down to a relative low, had a gap fill, and we got a bounce. Is this time to buy calls? Now, this is a risky period. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but after these sell-offs, after the cycle hits on AMC's peak, you will see that this plays out every single time. However, this is the only time AMC has played out in a upward direction or upward momentum, but it looks like it's too soon to say if these higher highs and higher lows are actually going to, allow us to scale up, right? This is where you saw it sold off and then made a new low. This is where you saw it actually got a bounce, but essentially still made a new low. And same thing right here. It started to try and push for a new high before getting slaughtered into a new low. So I just wanted to point this out for you guys. Anybody planning on trading AMC or trading options on AMC, just be aware of this cycle. With that being said, I'm watching to see if AMC is going to get a sell-off. We are not at that buy date for me yet. I'm looking around April 12th, mid-April, to load up on calls for AMC, so that way we can play this into the next cycle, into the next scale up. But I think AMC has some slight potential to sell off even further. But if GameStop starts to move, I think it's taking AMC with it. Taking a look at Ethereum Classic, we have AMC's chart overlaid in orange. Now, Ethereum Classic got the sell-off first, as you can see, before AMC, and then AMC essentially got this sell-off, and Ethereum Classic is making these higher highs and higher lows before AMC is making this. Now, this leads me, of course, to be bullish on AMC in the short term, because I think AMC tracks Ethereum Classic tracks AMC, so on and so forth. Not only that, but Ethereum Classic is about to come up on the largest move in the cycle very, very soon, and it's prepping for it. It's setting up exactly for that. Not to mention, it looks like GameStop's chart right now, even though it tracks AMC, right? It had this pop, it came around, traded in parallel channel if we were to draw it out, came back down to the recent low, and now it's making higher highs and higher lows with heavy, heavy moves. So just pay attention to this, as I do think AMC does have a little bit more room to run, and again, this is the only time it's playing out in an upwards momentum direction, so it doesn't have to sell off, but I just want to point that out for you, and when I do jump in, I will be dropping in Discord. That's linked under the video. Now, quickly touching on some Ortex numbers for AMC, 24.36% short interest, utilization is still maxed out, cost to borrow sitting at 375 for an average, and 380% for a max, and as for Ape, 6.46% short interest, utilization at 79%, and the cost to borrow average not being reported for Ortex. Touching on GameStop real quick, we got a nasty move, of course, off of the earnings, and we rejected perfectly off of the top of this parallel channel, came back down, broke under that second level, bounced off of the third ascending trend line that we have drawn out, and it came back up, and it is fighting this second trend line right now. GameStop is in a beautiful spot. It's trading to a T with this parallel channel that we have mapped out, and in my opinion, it's just going to continuously make higher highs and higher lows going forward. And if you were looking at this from a tech perspective, you say, okay, well, there is a slight gap fill down to $18.30. However, this was oversold down here, and also this is at the bottom of the channel, so this might actually be a decent time to buy. Following that up, GameStop is tracking this cycle perfectly, which leads me to think it may make another higher high before slowly selling off, or it may make a higher high and continuously kick into overdrive with the volume that GameStop got. And the reason I said that is because I wanted to bring it up, as GameStop's short volume was up by a massive 1,400%, or just over 20 million shares on yesterday's trading volume when that earnings announcement hit. Moving on, Berman Alternative Fund's updated N-Port filing shows GameStop ownership of negative 254,052 shares naked. Touching on that, here's a clip of Doug Sifu basically admitting that he naked short stocks.
Really cover the amount of what we call size improvement, and we've been very upfront and very transparent about providing that level of data. So what that means is, in the 8,000 names, to the extent there's not liquidity on a lit exchange, fundamentally the wholesalers are providing infinite liquidity at the NBBO or the inside price. So if we get an order for 1,000 shares in Reg NMS stock that no one's ever heard of, and there's 200 shares on NASDAQ in New York, we fill out 1,000 shares at that inside price. That's meaningful liquidity. 55% of the orders that we received, Bob, we provide size improvement. In a complete, as he calls it, an auction environment, who's going to provide that? The liquidity fairy? I mean, it just doesn't exist.
And this is Citadel headquarters last night with every single light on. Do you guys think this is anything, or you just think it's a big nothing burger? You let me know in the comments down below. Hadar Macro Hedge Fund plunges 32% in wild bond market moves. You guys remember when this all started happening? Back in January of 2021, back in June of 2021, when all of the hedge funds started crumbling. And over the past couple of years, more hedge funds have been shut down than open. So I think movie theaters are doing a little bit better than hedge funds right now. Now that you guys made it this far through the video, we are definitely not done. We have to touch on the SPY and more market stuff. But a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Chart Prime.
Imagine upping your game and having a 99% win rate in trading. Well, Chart Prime does that, as one of their analysts has a 99% win rate, and a ton of their members are making serious gains, saving a ton of time. Basically, with 6 unique indicators and trading algorithms, Chart Prime charts setups for you as they come about, such as bull flag, bear flag, so on and so forth. They also chart what is a strong support level and what is a strong resistance level, vice versa, and categorize them in certain levels. So get access to one-on-one trading, use these algorithms, and up your game, up your level, up your status by hitting the link down below, signing up for Chart Prime, because it's a lot cheaper than anything you probably use and a lot better as well. Now, none of this is financial advice, and I can't guarantee you're making money off of anything. What I can tell you is you're getting a steal deal by using my link and signing up. Thank you, Chart Prime, for sponsoring today's video.
Now, the S&P 500 just won't give up. We're trading at 398.53 currently on the S&P 500. We came up to this trend line, got smacked. We filled both of the gaps, so keep that in mind. And the SPY just will not die. It got another bounce off of this trend line, and it's coming back up to fight that level at $400. Watch $400 and watch $450 for a rejection on the SPY. This thing just will not die. Now, this is an ascending channel. Essentially, I'm waiting for a breakdown, a hard breakdown below this channel for the SPY to come crack back down to about 388. Once it breaks below about 393, I'm watching 388. I will probably ride that to the downside on the S&P 500. That is my outlook. Plus, U.S. jobless claims rise 191,000 at an estimated 197 and previously 192,000. And here are the central banks this week and how they rose interest rates. European Central Bank 50 basis points, Swiss Central Bank 50 basis points, Federal Reserve 25, Bank of England 25, Australian Central Bank 25, Norway Central Bank 25. But no banks actually cut rates just yet. Plus, applications for mortgages to purchase homes are down 44% year over year. Lastly, this is my Twitter.